We're live.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
We are live.
I guess I better
Put some
find
makeup on, or
YouTube, huh?
oh, take your time. Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna watch anyway.
All right.
Oh, the Beast of Bray Road.
Yeah.
Lovely. I'm not one to threaten people with knives, but shake the both of you.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Hey, what did you have in mind? So far, Wisconsin month hasn't been all that bad.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
I love
Is
you.
Inky Binky on?
Yeah, my daughter's on.
Inky Pinky. Alrighty. Oh, God damn it.
How is the kitty?
Have you killed the cat yet?
No.
This thing's like 40 years old, isn't it?
Right?
What is it? What is it, like 15?
I don't know.
You don't even know anymore.
No.
Don't remember where you got it, how it showed up. It's just there. It's like, kind of like Dale.
It's a black kitty.
Is it black?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing it.
black cat.
Yeah.
That's because it usually hides whenever we hold a party.
Good.
Yeah. Scared of
I'm
everything.
allergic to cats, is the thing. Jack me all up. Sneezing, eyes swell up. Oh, I forgot to put that.
Hi, Steven.
Stevie!
Hey, Steven.
Woo! Woo! She's as old as me. How old's your daughter?
13.
She's 13 years. What is that in cat years? Anybody know?
I don't know, but
Times
they
7,
live
right?
to be
No,
like
that's dogs.
in
That's
their
dogs.
20s.
Okay, times 12.
I don't know. Older than shit. That's what that is. Now it has all those health problems, right?
Yeah, it's got all sorts of
Isn't it
things.
paralyzed or something?
No.
Oh, it ran into the glass door
That's
because
what
it saw
it
a
was.
cat and just
Oh, it
darted for
Tore
it.
its ACL.
Yeah, tore its ACL, yeah. And I think ever since then it's had problems.
Was it playing quarterback for the Steelers?
Right. Yeah, ran right into that slider. Boom!
Poor
Blammo.
kitty.
Fuck
I
that
know.
cat.
It's great.
I guess my ego is just too fragile for a cat. You know what I mean? If I'm having a pet, I need it to constantly reassure me and tell me what a great guy I am.
Yeah.
Like a dog.
How do they tell you?
Are you kidding me? I come home from
Destroy
work and they're all over
everything.
me. I should get a dog. You should name one of your dogs Tony the Pimp. Smash everything, smash everything.
Eat everything.
There is a big rescue they just did with all these wolf dogs. And there was like 6 mamas that all had puppies at the same time. So now all of them are up for adoption. And I was sitting there going, well, you know, puppies.
Don't even.
Hey, Alan!
Alan's in the house.
Alan's in the house.
Mr.
Hi,
Cha-Cha.
Alan.
Okay, the Beast of Bray Road. Now we are ready to do this.
Look, Alan.
Oh, yeah.
Look. It says Stone Cold.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Not the Stone Cold Creamery ice cream.
Is that a thing? No, you're thinking of Cold,
Cold Stone. It's
Oh, it's
opposite.
a totally different thing.
Yeah, totally
Yeah,
different.
well, if you're looking at it,
It's
would be
totally
Cold
different.
Stone.
I would hate to think that an ice cream shop would have a smoking skull as a
That would be awesome.
insignia. That's what we should open.
Yeah.
Heavy metal ice cream shop.
Heavy metal ice cream shop would kick ass.
You know what
Horror-
really sucks
horror-based.
is like Stone Cold lives somewhere 15 miles from me.
I
and
want
he's
to. Yeah,
posting every day on Instagram, and I can't find him.
I want to say Garden or Dayton maybe or Gardnerville.
Well, his nephew lives in Dayton, and that's where they're always out riding their quads
Nice.
and side by sides.
We should do like what Cake Wolf does with drinks. We could do that with like the ice cream shop.
Oh yeah, have a ice cream flavor for different horror stuff.
That'd be awesome.
That would be pretty dope.
Oh, So we should use like real eyeballs and stuff from someone.
Yeah, that's what we do.
You're having surgery tomorrow.
That's right.
A real shame if there was some kind of an accident.
I plan on keeping my eyeballs, sir.
Are you sure? All right, let's get this party started, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Beast of Bray. Anybody out there seen the Beast of Bray Road?
I have.
Besides, well, other than these two knuckleheads. And we
Are
are.
we live?
I don't know. Yes, here we are. Okay, inmates, we are talking about The Beast of Bray Road from 2005. This one is written and directed by Lee Scott. It stars Jeff Denton, Tom Downey, and Sarah Leaving. This one's rated R. Now, here's the thing, my friends. This one is made by The Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that Asylum.
That
the,
asylum.
the same turd nuggets that brought us
It's a good
Sharknado.
movie.
It's not. It's not.
It's
It's-
a good
no,
movie. I liked it.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It's
I'll
not
give you
a
that.
terrible movie.
It's not the worst
See?
movie
It's
ever.
entertaining.
It's not. You really found this entertaining.
Hey, Crease.
Yes.
Hey, Crease is in the house.
Oh,
What's
hi,
up, Crease?
Crease.
Crease, it's No Shave November. I'm coming in a little gray at the bottom here.
Handsome
And-
W.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Yeah, you should grow it out. Let's
I'm
see
gonna.
what you look like.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Okay.
let it go. Or at least if my wife says I have to shave it, then I have to shave it.
Okay.
But I'm going to let it go until then. We'll see how that works out for me. Anyway, so we're in Wisconsin, and we start off in rural Wisconsin, which looks like an absolute shit show. And Patty, if you're listening, I hope that that's not what Wisconsin looks like.
Crease says I joined you, but my mustache grows unevenly.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling, Crease.
That's awesome.
That's why I have to keep it very neat. So it's probably about 2 a.m, and the local watering hole lets out, and we've got just a rogues gallery of white trash drinkers in Wisconsin, and it's exactly what you would expect. You got your scantily clad barflies. You got your just the dumbest shit kickers and rednecks, which you wouldn't think would be in Wisconsin. When you think redneck, you don't really think Wisconsin, do you? You think more like a Georgia or an Alabama or something like that. Arkansas, another redneck situation. I figure it would be too cold to be a redneck in Wisconsin. But actually, it looked pretty nice. I don't know if this was filmed in Wisconsin, but it looked pretty nice. So they get out of the bar. It's 2 a.m. The local skank decides that the redneck of her choosing is being a real dick face, so she's not going to go home and fuck him that night.
Nope.
Big argument there in the parking lot. She gets in her shitty car and tries to drive home by herself. She gets about halfway home. Her car either runs out of gas or something falls apart. I don't fucking know. She has to pull off the side of the road where she gets attacked by the Beast of Bray Road.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the Beast and the way it looked? It looked like my dog Rubble, right? It looked like a guy in a gorilla suit with like a dog head thing. It didn't look like a werewolf, I don't think. What do you think, Monica?
When I first saw it, I chuckled and then I went, okay. And that was it.
That was it?
I didn't think twice about it the next time I saw
Jim
it.
Henson part of this?
It's Kermit the Frog. He's had enough, and he's up
Hey,
for
he
blood.
had pointy ears.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He had a wolf face.
Yeah, Rubble has like the floppy ears, so it wasn't my dog. I can account for his whereabouts.
But
in
the Beast did
2005.
have long hair.
He did.
He was a heavy metal rocker.
He was like an emo
Yeah.
type of a dude. So that's how the Beast, like, you get a little cat and mouse thing. The Beast chases her around the woods and then it kills her. So now this chick is missing. Now we're gonna cut to the next day where we have the new hotshot cop in town. He's a big city boy from Chicago, but apparently he lived there at one point. Like maybe he grew up there or something. And he's moving back now because, I don't know, he doesn't want to live in Chicago anymore.
Well, it's easier to become a sheriff of a town like that, too.
I would imagine. There's everybody's drunk. So, how hard is it to corral a town full of drunkards?
Or dying from the beast.
Or, you get the occasional werewolf. But other than that, it's mostly just DUIs and handing out speeding tickets. So, they find the car on the side of the road. The new hotshot cop does, and he's like, "Uh-oh, there's blood on the car. It's kind of dented in on the side." He's like, "Oh, I suspect foul play." So he goes back to the sheriff's office, and he's like, "All right, well, he like gets some blood samples from the car, and he's like, we need to have these DNA tested to find out what's up with this bloody car out there." Everybody makes fun of him because he's trying to do actual police work, which apparently isn't a big thing in this town.
Right.
But again, mostly drunkards and 2 or 3 troublemakers that want to fuck around on the weekends. So, they decide that they're gonna track down the owner of the car. Oh, Shelly's on the house.
Hey, Shelly.
Hey, Shelly. So they get the title of the car and they trace that back to try to find the owner. Turns out the owner is another local fuckface. That is. I think it was implied that he was beating his wife.
Yes.
Although when we saw the wife, she had like a little lipstick smear right here.
That's all, yeah.
It almost looked like she had like war paint on or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. I think it was supposed to be a black eye. So I don't know.
Black cheekbone.
Black cheekbone, or
Something.
maybe she's getting ready to go to a college football game and she's going to paint her face, but she only started. I don't know.
Number 1, maybe.
That's it. But it's just down the side.
Yeah, it's just down the side.
She started. She's going to do a lightning bolt, but then she stopped.
Yeah.
So the cop shows up and questions him. Nobody likes cops in this town, or at least not new cops, because everybody is drunk in this town all the time, right?
Yes.
Even the police dispatcher was like chain smoking. I thought, to be honest with you, I thought she was going to be the werewolf, the police dispatcher.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, in
It's usually the subtle one.
yeah, the standard werewolf formula is that your wolf is going to be an innocuous character, usually somewhere you're going to spot him in the first act. And we got a lot of FaceTime.
Boy, we were wrong then.
I didn't catch it. I didn't know who she was going to be.
Yeah.
But I thought that it was going to be her because we were seeing a lot of her face. She was not actually that attractive, the police dispatcher. And I don't think smoking's attractive. But that's just me. So he goes and questions the owner of the car, and it's this fucking redneck who apparently beats his wife. And he's like, "Hey, we found your car, and there's a bunch of blood in it." And he's like, "That ain't my car. I sold it to my wife's sister." So he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, who's your wife's sister?" And then he goes and tries to track down the redhead that we actually saw get eaten by the beast. Turns out she never came home the night before, so that sucks. So he goes to the local bar, because apparently she's a barfly. She's a female in this town from the age 18 to 25. That means she is like bottlenecked right into this bar. I think they actually have like a police checkpoint where they go and pick you up and take you to the bar if you're a young lady in this town.
Right.
Because every chick in this movie at one point or another is milling about this bar, to include the other police officers too. So anyway, he goes and talks to the bartender, and this is where we find out that the cop used to, I guess, date the bartender, right?
Yeah.
Bartender's a hot chick named Kelly. I was really hoping we were going to see her without her shirt on, but that did not happen.
No, got close.
We did. We got to see her bra and some fiddling around with her shorts.
She had some nice arms too, I noticed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at her arms.
I was like, oh, she's a fit girl.
I had other things on my mind there. Monica. So he goes and questions her, and we get like some tension here between these two. "Oh, you stood me up. Oh, it was 4 years ago. Oh, you never stand me up. Blah." So these two this is going to be our love interest for our new cop in town, is what we're getting at here. Excellent. She says that the redheaded skank usually leaves with one of these 3 brothers that lives in town, and she left with them that night, or at least made it to the parking lot, and from there the bartender doesn't know where she went or what happened. So, are your kids playing around, or are you all watching something? Yeah, Deacon's right outside the bedroom door here. You can probably hear him acting a damn fool right out here like he always does on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
See this? This is why we're not making any money.
It's the daycare that's going on.
Let's give him some NyQuil.
That's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm going to tranquilize his little ass and hang him upside down in the garage. That should buy us at least an hour. So that's pretty good times. He goes and checks on these three brothers. These guys are more dipshit Wisconsin types. I don't think people in Wisconsin actually are this dipshitty.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You think so? You think they are?
Well, after watching Making a Murderer Part 2,
that's a good point.
there's a lot.
A lot of fucking up there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I may probably
Dee.
stand corrected. Oh, she knows. She lives up there.
I
She's
know.
like, yeah, they're all like that. Fucking jerk-offs. So, he goes and talks to these three knuckleheads. They give him a bunch of shit about being a cop, and we don't talk to cops, and why don't you go fuck yourself? And we get that stupid scene that's in every cop movie where the cop gives the guy his business card, and then the guy crumples it up and throws it at him. Mm-hmm. Never seen that before, have we?
No, never. That's a new one.
I thought you could get arrested for that.
Well, it's littering, but
Yeah.
if it's on your own property, I don't think you can.
Okay.
Plus, it's fucking Wisconsin. Who gives a shit? So from there, he's like, well, these guys are fucking worthless. Right about now, we're going to cut back to the bar. He goes back into the bar, and there's a couple of skanks in there that just, well, really, every female in this town is just ruthlessly throwing themselves at this new cop. And by that, I mean...
Fresh meat.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's a brand new penis in town, and they need to check it out.
We need to go to Wisconsin.
I will be there. I can be there by this time tomorrow. I'll put on a new tie, freshen up a little bit in the airport bathroom, and we're ready to go. So, throwing something at a cop might be simple assault. You're probably right, Chris.
Probably.
You're probably right. So, he goes back to the station, and now somehow, like, the whole town is buzzing with this werewolf news. Mm-hmm. There's I guess, like, some kind of a reporter chick. She's got a blog or something, and she's like, I'm receiving reports of werewolf sightings all over this town. And then, like, there's a Maine sheriff lady who's there, and she's thinking she's going to run for mayor, so she needs to find a way to capitalize on this. So her and the dispatcher have like a little sidebar where they decide they're going to, it's going to hurt the hunting business because people are getting hurt by this thing, but they're going to like find a way around it by issuing hunting permits for werewolves, which I have to admit I would buy one just to have.
Yeah.
I would put it on. I would put it on the wall.
Yeah, frame it, yep.
And maybe later on I might shoot somebody and be like, he was a werewolf. I have a permit. I can bag 3 a year, and I'm going to skin him and eat him. Wear his pelt as a goddamn scarf or something. So now this is one of my favorite lines of the entire movie, because the main sheriff lady is trying to calm everybody down, and she's talking to the reporter chick. And she says, and I quote, I know you think you're smart with your glasses and all.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
I know you think you're pretty smart with your glasses. Are people that wear glasses all that smart?
No.
Apparently, for the purposes of this movie, anybody wearing glasses, a pair of glasses comes with a PhD in something or other.
Yeah.
So that's great. The sheriff then goes home. It's like his day off or whatever. So he goes home and is trying to relax. And you know he's trying to relax because he's got his shirt off and he's out on his porch drinking a beer. And up comes one of the skanks from the bar. And she's hammered. And it's probably noon. And she just walks to the cop's house and obliviously starts throwing herself at him. Mm-hmm. And she's hammered. She's like slurring and staggering around. She's like, you sure you don't want some of these boobies? Oh. And the cop is like, oh, God, how many STDs do you have, sweetie? That's a question I don't ask. I have condoms right in the next room. Come on in. So he's like, no, I'm gonna call you a cab and get you out of here. While he's inside calling her the cab, she just kind of staggers off into the woods. Of course, werewolf attack. This part's really dumb because werewolf chases her. She falls down. We're lent the idea that the werewolf ripped one of her legs off, but we've got some very shoddy special effects here, inmates. It's like she laid on her back. Somebody threw a blanket over one of her legs, and then covered the blanket in dead grass. And that's fine. I get that. But the problem is that she's still like thrashing around, and she actually does have 2 legs. So the other leg is like kicking around, and you can see it under the blanket. They're not fooling anybody with this shit. So
great special effects.
But then you see like the werewolf off to the side, and he's like got a mannequin leg, and he's like. It's the Asylum. This movie was probably made for about $45. All right. So there's kill number 2. Now we're going to cut to that night. The werewolf is now on this full-on rampage. There is a 2 kids playing an Atari in 2005. You can tell it's an Atari because it has the old school joystick blaster with the 1 button. You know what I'm talking about? The werewolf motorboated the leg. Yeah, pretty much, Crease. That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
And it was a fake leg, and I don't I don't know what to tell you, man. That's what happened. So now we cut to these 2 kids playing Atari in 2005, and the werewolf shows up at their house. Single mom raising these 2 kids, and the werewolf shows up. Doesn't kill the kids. The mom actually shoots at the werewolf. Also, another thing, apparently when you move to Wisconsin, you're issued a shotgun.
Yeah.
Everybody in this movie has a shotgun.
Or more.
Not only do they have a shotgun, but it's always right here. Like right where they can just pull it. Bang! Anywhere you go.
It's a lot of farmland over there.
It didn't look like it. It looked like a big forest.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like...
Werewolf country is what it is. Buy a werewolf tag, and then somebody's going to give you a shotgun and probably a 6-pack, right. And then you're good to move to Wisconsin. And then nasty bar skanks will throw themselves at you. I've got my bags packed. I'm ready to go. Let's go get a werewolf and a skank. Not necessarily in that order, though. We can talk about that on the plane. So now, like, the local news is buzzing because this chick is freaking out and all kinds of people are showing up. Werewolf sightings are happening all over the place. The next day, the cop goes out to the lady's house to, see what the damage is and see if there's any clues or anything. And there's another dude there waiting for him. This guy is doing his best Indiana Jones impersonation.
Right.
He's a cryptozoologist.
Yes.
And a bit of a pussy, to be honest with you. But he's like looking at animal droppings and tracks and stuff like that. And he's like, people thought the panda bear was a mythical creature until a cryptozoologist like me actually found one. And then we were vindicated. Alrighty.
Okay.
That's, I don't think you actually need a degree in cryptozoology. You just say.
That's what you are.
Yeah, you just say, hey, I'm a it's like a demonologist. I'm a demonologist now. Do you have credentials? No? Where would I even get such a thing? I don't know, man. So now this dude is on the case also. And things are getting pretty hot here in whatever the fuck town in Wisconsin we're in. Now, earlier in the show, we mentioned a scene where the reporter chick showed up at the police station. If you're paying attention, you'll notice the reporter chick isn't alone. She's got her skanky sister with her.
Yeah.
What was it with all the chicks in this movie having 80s hair? Did you notice that? Like big, teased up, poofy things? Am I the only one that caught that?
No, I saw it too.
What is that?
Times? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I thought maybe
because Wisconsin's so backwoods.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I don't know. There's a lot of 80s hair in this movie. And this chick has it.
But everybody was wearing a tank top.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is up with the tank tops?
I thought Wisconsin was supposed to be cold.
Yeah.
Right? Green Bay Packers, for Christ's sake. It's freezing up there. These guys are acting like they're on the beach. Anyway, so she, the skanky sister of the reporter, is out on a quote-unquote date with her boyfriend. And by date, I mean they're going to have sex in the car somewhere. But by the tree, I guess. A lot of trees up there. We get to see a little bit of boobs here. The boyfriend breaks out a flip phone. Now, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's 2005. But the thing is, though, is that they're thinking about having sex, and the chick is like, it's too scary out here. What if the werewolf comes? And then the boyfriend's like, I'll take a picture of him. Flip. I'll take a picture of the werewolf with his flip phone.
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck good is that going to do if we're both dead? I mean, but
He was going to let her get killed, and he was going to run.
well, that almost worked. He was in the right neighborhood. So he breaks out the flip phone. Naturally, they start taking pornographic pictures. You do get to see some boobs here, but I found them to be less than attractive.
Yeah.
They
Too
were
small?
They were
Different.
It looked like they were pointing in different directions. You know what I mean? That's very confusing to me.
Yeah.
When the the nipples are like off center somehow. They like go different ways. Very strange. She looked a lot older too to me. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying she had like almost like a
she did.
like she had that the chest bone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. I don't like chest bones showing, or rib cages for that matter. That's just me. Anyway, they start taking pornographic pictures with the flip phone, which you may as well be taking through a Vaseline-covered lens. Remember the picture quality on those
Yes.
things?
Oh, yeah.
It's terrible. You can't beat off to that. It's like looking at Japanese porn where it's all pixelated and stuff. Can't squeeze one out to that. Get out of here with that. But she thinks she's all hot. She's like, oh, look at my boobs. Take my bra off. And he's like, yeah. Click, click, click. Oh, yeah, this side. Click, click. And then, of course, the werewolf attacks. And he's like, it's the werewolf. I'm going to get out there with my flip phone and take some pictures of it. And, of course, he gets killed. She hangs around with her boobs out in the car for a few more minutes. And then she goes out and gets killed also. And that's the end of those two screwheads. And that's fine. It's fine. Now we're going to cut back to our cop and our zoologist. Cryptozoologist, excuse me. They're back at the police station. The mayoral candidate lady develops a little bit of a crush on the cryptozoologist guy. She was way too old for him, though, from what I gathered. Right? I mean, maybe he's got a thing for older chicks. I don't know. But that's all well and good. The cop, after gets off work, him and the cryptozoologist go back to Kelly's bar to have a couple drinks, where they get accosted by the three Screwhead brothers. They don't like cops. Yeah, we don't like fucking cops around here. Blah, 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 blah. Of course, him being the big city cop, he kicks the shit out of all three of them.
Yep.
And then one of them pulls a gun, but then Kelly pulls a gun on him, which is pretty... Well, that didn't work.
What just happened?
The Beast of Bray Road is in studio here, ladies and gentlemen. Rebel, come here. You want to see what the Beast of Bray Road looks like?
Okay.
He looks like a dog. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come up here. Here he comes.
Did he just kick the door in?
It's the Beast of Bray Road. Oh, he's a good boy. All right, get out of here. Get out of here. I'm not kidding. That is not that dissimilar from what the special effects of the Beast of Bray Road look like.
It did not look like that.
From like in the face area, pretty similar, I'd say.
It almost looked like the Werewolf of London.
No, the American Werewolf.
Yeah.
No, it had big stupid jowls, just like Rubble.
Oh.
It did. It had jowls, did it not?
Google a picture, people.
I just showed it to you. You don't have to. That right there. I just proved the existence of the Beast of Bray Road. He's actually a pretty good boy. All right, so then we get this altercation between the cops and the three Screwhead brothers. That's all well and good. A little bit of tension there. Now we're going to cut back to the dude that was beating his wife. Of course, he's going to get attacked by the werewolf. Of course, he has a shotgun right back here that he can just pull. And apparently it's a Wisconsin thing. He goes out there, he gets killed by the werewolf, and the wife, the battered wife, never calls the police. That's fascinating.
Why would she?
Why would she? I
would
wouldn't. I mean...
Some hell of a mess to pick up, though.
That's true. Made a big mess on the carpet. But, whatever. So I kind of thought they were going to go somewhere with that.
I did too.
That never really equated to anything. All right.
Ran out of budget.
It's true. Ran out of film. Sorry. Got to cut that part. So now we're going to cut back to the cop. Or actually, we're going to cut back to the three Screwhead brothers. They have found some other chicks, and they take them back to their place. By their place, I mean, it appeared to me that they were going to try to have sex with them in their parents' garage.
Yeah.
Is that what I got? That's what I got.
It was a garage.
It was a garage. It was shitty. It looked cold as fuck out there. They're out there like, hey, you want to go for a walk and listen to the frogs?
Yeah, okay.
I don't think. I mean, those chicks were clearly like in their mid-20s, but I don't think that they were supposed to be. I think they were supposed to be like 17.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I don't know what they were going for there. But one brother thinks he's going to get lucky with one chick, so they go for a walk to listen to some frogs. And, of course, they get right outside the garage, and then the screaming and the growling, and then the, oh, God, what the fuck? So brother number 2 goes running out there, and he's like, oh, it's the beast of Bray Road. He goes back inside, and he's trying to get into the refrigerator, which is chained up, like there's a big tow chain around it with a padlock.
Yeah.
What the fuck is in that refrigerator? We're going to find out in a second. So, naturally, he's fumbling with the keys. He can't get the goddamn thing open. Werewolf gets inside and kills that dude also. We never found out what happened to those 2 chicks, though.
No.
I assume they called an Uber. I don't know, maybe they went back to the shopping mall or had a late night class or something. I don't fucking care.
Back to the bar.
Yeah, go back to the bar.
What did she say? Because I like when you just get to the point when the 2 left the garage and it was them 2. And what was he saying? You want to fool around? And
No, she's like, you want to make out?
oh, there you go.
And he's like, yeah.
I thought you'd never ask.
Let's do it. All right. Maybe I should start bringing chicks to my garage.
Maybe.
Maybe I'm thinking about this way out. I've been wrong all these years.
If you tell them that your wife is inside taking care of the baby, they'll be all over
Oh,
you.
it's on. It's on.
Like, oh, right.
Let's start hanging around the shopping mall more. Let's get it on, sweetie.
Let's close the deal.
I'm gonna need to do some cleaning up out there first. It's pretty bad right now. All right, so that's that. Now we got 2 of these 3 screwhead brothers are dead. Apparently, one of the chicks managed to call the cops because our man gets to go out there and check it out. Unfortunately, he's in the throes of sweet talking Kelly when he gets the phone call, and the cryptozoologist is in the throes of banging the mayoral candidate lady. We actually do get to see her boobs. I mean, she's an older lady.
Yeah.
She could probably lose a pound or 2, right? And it might have just been the angle that we saw them or the lighting or something, but I don't
You can't always have 21-year-old
No, yeah, I know
boobs.
that. But if as you get on in years, you probably want to limit the screen time of the twins, if you know what I'm saying. Whatever. Maybe there's guys out there with a thing for old boobs. I got the movie for you, Beast of Bray Road. Okay. So now the cryptozoologist and the cop go out to the brother's house to check that out. Unfortunately, brother number 3 shows up just as they get there. He's all panicked and freaking out. Oh, I'm the number 1 hunter. I could have stopped him if I was here. Cops are like, okay, well, I don't know, dude. Just fucking chill out there. Now they're coming to the realization that this is, in fact, an actual werewolf that they need to track down and kill.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out what was in the brother's refrigerator there. He's got like a small arsenal that he's been stockpiling. So he outfits the cryptozoologist and the cop with, full-on semi-automatic weapons and all that shit. And they're going to go hunt the werewolf. Now, here's a couple of things. The younger brother says that he's the best hunter in the county. So he goes out hunting, but as he's hunting, he's smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not a hunter. I know nothing about hunting. But I do know a thing or 2 about animals, and I think they can smell stuff, right? Like cigar smoke, for example. I don't know. Just a thought. Especially if you're hunting an actual werewolf.
Are you talking about like the scene where he actually laid down, put the gun up, and he's like,
yeah.
I'm like, really, dude? How
He's
are you
like,
gonna
son,
shoot?
you can't see when there's fucking smoke coming at you. All right. This is the asylum. This is the quality of movie that you're going to get from the asylum. Anyway, so they're out there. They're chasing the werewolf around. The cryptozoologist gets it first. He gets like a swipe to the neck. The hillbilly kid's like, just leave him. He's gonna bleed out anyway.
He's dead.
The cop is like, no, we can save him. It's just a scratch. It's just a scratch. I think he's gonna make it. He's like, no, just leave him. He's dead. God damn it, we gotta go. The cop's like, oh, well, let me just put a Band-Aid on it. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Right.
So then they take off, and then the hillbilly kid gets attacked, and the cop gets slashed at in the process. So the cop has to haul ass because he's thinking he's the only one left. Apparently, they're like right outside of Kelly's bar when this is happening. So he runs right to Kelly's bar. Kelly's in there. Before he runs in there, though, he gets hit by the werewolf again and shoots the werewolf in the leg. He runs into Kelly's bar, and Kelly's like, oh, I told you not to go out tonight. The werewolf is out there, and look at you. You're all fucked up. And then he looks down and realizes that Kelly has a wound on her leg. Uh-oh. Hey there. Werewolf spotting 101. Look for the fucking wound, and that's probably your werewolf. So then Kelly turns into a werewolf. They slug it out. She turns back into a human and runs outside just as the cop is getting the better part of the exchange. And then the mayoral lady shows up with a shotgun, and Kelly runs to her, and she's like, he's the werewolf. And she's like, I'm not. He's like, I'm not the werewolf. She's the werewolf. The mayoral chick shoots the cop with a shotgun.
I know, right?
Yeah, and then, of course, Kelly wolfs out and rips the heart out of the mayor lady.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the cop, opens up his shirt, and you see he's got his Kevlar on, and then he shoots Kelly. And then Kelly comes back to life and starts attacking him again. And then we find out that Billy, the redneck brother, wasn't fully dead because he comes back and shoots up Kelly. And they both shoot up Kelly and light her on fire, but then she attacks him again. And then they just shoot the piss out of her. And that's pretty much the end of your movie. Except I guess we're led to believe now that the redneck and the cop may now be werewolves.
Yes.
Because they're going up to a cabin in the woods because the full moon's right around the corner and they want to seclude themselves. So that's your Beast of Bray Road, inmates.
Yeah.
Which, if you go to the cabin, you need somebody to tie you up because once you turn, you're not going to just sit there and be like, oh, I'm just going to sit here.
But if they're both werewolves, then they're both going to turn.
Yeah.
And then why even go up there if you're both going to turn? Because now you're both going to go out there and go fucking nuts. Right? I don't
know.
Stop thinking it's the goddamn Beast of Bray Road. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the Beast of Bray Road?
Not too bad. Not too good. Not too bad.
I enjoyed it.
It's an asylum production. Okay,
Terrible acting.
Acting is atrocious. There is some hot chicks. There's some boobs in there
that you don't want to see.
The cop was cute.
Which one?
The
the
main
guy?
Cop.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
He wasn't bad. I would have slept with him.
Well, of course you would.
And I would have slept with the last brother, the great hunter.
The short one? That was a short dude.
No.
He was
the
short.
one at the end.
Yeah,
that turned.
Yeah.
Oh, was he short?
He was short.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Remember when he's standing next to the refrigerator?
Well, he could be good for something.
What exactly did you have in mind?
Way to look for the Bible, Monica.
I don't think I need to spell that one out for you. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. When I first started it, maybe female werewolves come get it smells like tobacco. Well, that would make sense. Especially in Wisconsin, Priest. That's exactly what I'm talking about. When I saw the asylum pop up in the opening credits, I was like, oh, fuck this. This is going to be terrible. Monica's taste in men is questionable at best. That is correct. That is correct. Her husband is actually a pretty decent dude, but we've all heard the stories.
I have a variety.
Yes. Yes, she does. It's actually not that bad. It's not as bad as other shit that we've seen from the asylum. It's acting is bad, special effects are bad, writing is pretty subpar. Actually, now that I just said all that, it's actually pretty bad.
Yeah.
But it could be a lot worse, all things considered. There is boobs in there. There's an attempt at blood and other werewolf action. The werewolf transformation at the end was pretty wonky. Because really, she just kept getting the teeth, and then she'd be okay for a minute, and then and then like the weird,
The
and then all of a
eyes.
sudden full on.
yeah, and then boom.
Yeah.
That's I say you can probably skip the Beast
Yeah.
of Bray Road. Although apparently Dee's step uncle, actually had some kind of an encounter with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
if you want more information on that, talk to Dee, because
That's right.
this is about as far as I'm going to go on the Beast of Bray Road.
Based on a true story.
Buddy, what did you think of the Beast of Bray Road, buddy?
Not too bad.
It could be worse.
Yes.
It could. We've definitely seen worse.
Definitely seen worse.
Would you rather watch this one again or the Great Wall?
I know Monica's answer.
Of course. I'll take this one. This one had boobs in it, and it was only an hour and a half long.
Yeah, I'll take this one over it.
Great Wall was like 2.5 hours, and it was nothing but Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Try to talk with an accent.
An on and off accent, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, inmates, we're going to take us a little break. We'll come back with some other stuff. Alrighty. Seriously, though, it's not that bad, especially for being an asylum production.
Right.
You know,
You probably like this one better than Blood on the Highway.
yes, I'll go that far. I'll say that. At least they put some effort into this. Blood on the
my
Highway
God.
was like somebody just farted out a movie with a bunch of adolescent
Can
humor.
someone please donate so we can watch that movie? We can make him watch that movie.
I've already seen it.
I know, but we want to go over the movie.
We don't need to do that.
Yeah. Is that really necessary?
I don't think we need that.
Yes!
Yeah.
You guys picked some shit movies for me, so now it's payback.
It was not amazing, Crease. It was just funny in like certain parts. It was all in all, at the big picture of Blood on the Highway, it's not that good. And the sad thing is, I think that was Tom Towell's last movie. How sad is that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Night
Well,
of the
I
Living
still
Dead.
liked it.
Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Great actor, that guy. Blood on the Highway.
Yeah.
How dare you? You actually watched it 5 times, Crease?
I would watch it too. Can I borrow it?
Absolutely, you
So
can have
I'm
it.
gonna watch it
You
again.
can have it. Of course, now that I said that, Irma Gersh will probably send me another one. That's how I came to own the first one. It just showed up at my house one day.
Show up with like 5 copies of them.
Yeah, shit. Well, I know what's going in your Christmas stocking.
Right.
All right, my friends, thank you for joining us. We're going to sign it off here.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, next week. I'll be sporting the Rock, the most electrifying jersey.
I thought
yeah.
you hated The Rock.
I